Imagine your staff more resilient to change, more engaged with the organization, and more productive overall. Deri Latimer is a professional speaker with charm and energy, inspiring people to move into a new groove. With over 20 years of human resource development experience, Deri has a proven track record as a credible, valuable, and lively resource to a wide range of progressive organizations. Two-way communication is key to each presentation, and Deri's unique delivery style engages all audience members. Deri works with you to provide workshops and seminars with topics including developing an engaged workforce, emotional intelligence, giving and receiving feedback, leadership effectiveness, performance development. Deri also creates customized keynote speaking services, from building a climate for change and appreciative leadership to building personal resilience and thinking about retirement. She will work with you to meet your needs. Her reputable workshops, seminars, and presentations are infused with the latest research on emotional intelligence, appreciative inquiry, and positive psychology.
We know that we're different, right? Like, that's kind of a basic thing. We know that we weren't raised in the same house with the same values, necessarily even in the same country. We're not of the same generation, and so on and so on and so on. So we know that each of us have different beliefs and values and attitudes and experiences and expectations. All of these are what are called our perceptual filters. And for all of us, that really that's our window, if you like, through which we see the world. So let's look at a quick way that your personal infrastructure is constructed. Here you are wandering through the world, and each of us are, and you're making observations. You're noticing things, people's behaviors. You're noticing people say things. You take that information in. It goes through your filters, your perceptual filters, just like in your furnace. You might imagine filters just like that. You interpret that information or that message. That is directly connected to your emotion, which is directly connected to your behavior. If I came with that expectation and with that running through my mind and those beliefs about you, then what would happen is that would affect my energy and my motivation in being here, which would affect how I behave toward you. And guess what? At the end of the session, you'd go, yeah, hated it, hate her, don't like her, don't hire her again, and so on and so on and so on. And we all create these experiences all the time for ourselves. So the gem, the beauty of this, as it relates to communication, is you can decide what those filters should be. That's up to you. Just like changing the filters in your furnace, you can change those internal filters. You can decide what beliefs you want to have about yourself, about your organization and its communication, about your manager, about what the public's saying about you or believing about you as a department or an organization, and so on. You can decide that, because the gift will be to you. It'll affect your energy and your behavior. And remember, communication is all about behavior. People don't know what's going on inside your head. They just respond to how you behave. And that's the words that you use and your nonverbal messages that you send. So my intention is that I want to get help with the dishes. Do I ask for help? Oh no, I don't do that. Instead, what do? I just bang around really loudly in the kitchen and slam things and hope that people get the hint that, hello, I could use some help. So what is their interpretation? Well, their interpretation is, ooh, Mom's obviously mad about something and she wants to be alone. And so the result is they avoid the kitchen at all costs. Yes, somehow disconnect. Last little piece I'd like to share with you, because sometimes emotions are ignited at work. Is that true? Yes, just a little bit. So when emotion is present, you need to go to empathy and use empathy. This is, again, a huge piece of effective communication that we sometimes don't spend a lot of time on when we're being educated coming up through school systems. Sometimes at workplaces we don't talk too much about empathy. Can make all of the difference in how effective our relationships are. Who are you and what do you want, right? And those are the two important things. Who are you as a person, as an individual, as a parent, as a partner, as an employee, as a leader and a manager, and so on? And what do you want? What do you want from your experience? What are you looking to have happen? Because you're creating the experience that you have. If you think about what you want ahead of time, you can be proactive at creating the kind of experience you want, not a victim to the experience you end up in. You're making it happen. Have a look at this little visual and stare at the black dot and tell me what happens to the gray area when you stare at the black dot. Pardon? The gray? It's starting to disappear, isn't it? The black dot gets bigger, but the gray starts to disappear. What I love about this visual is that it reminds me that when I focus on what I want, all the other stuff that's out there disappears. I simply won't notice it. I won't attend to it because it's not what I want. It's not what I'm focused on.
With her inspiring seminars, you can do more than imagine your staff more resilient to change, more engaged with the organization, and more productive overall. You will immediately see the results. Deri's extensive list of satisfied clientele is growing daily. From presentations to the education and health sectors, to extensive seminars to Fortune 500 companies, Deri's workshops are dynamic, engaging, motivating, and practical. Deri can create and deliver a message with impact for any sized organization. Deri has co-authored 2 successful books, Speak Out and Awakening the Workplace. Her books are collaborate collections from professional speakers, trainers, and coaches across the globe. They are rich with solid ideas and expert advice on leadership, engagement, communication, and success. For customized professional speaking and training services, or to place an order for Speak Out or Awakening the Workplace, contact Deri at 204-269-5630 or email deri@derilatimer.com. For additional information, go to derilatimer.com. Deri J. Latimer, Professional Speaking, Training, Human Resource Consulting.